The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
Hello and welcome to another edition of The Dogs. We're here at Walthamstow for one of the nights of the year in the Greyhound calendar. It's the Racing Post Festival finals night. Coming up, all the action from a quite stunning card with a few surprises as well.
Also on the programme, we visit the kennels of Mark Wallis, who took over the trainer's licence from Linda Jones earlier in the year. And we're off to Mildenhall to sample some of the sights and sounds of this Suffolk track.
Another big crowd packed Walthamstow Stadium for another Racing Post Festival and a night of fantastic action. And on track for trainer Mark Wallis' victory with Grand National winner Lethal Rumble in the hurdles final, and kennelmate Star of Dromin, who was simply unstoppable in the marathon. Wallis later also claimed the invitation with Soul 8 Late. A double also for Carly Philpott, whose classy Ballymac Cure picked up the honours in the Veterans Contest, much to the delight of winning connections. While at the other end of the age scale, Ballymac Droopies put up a gutsy performance in the puppy race, part of the North versus South Challenge. And the bragging right stayed with the North for a second successive year, after Charlie Lister's Velvet Rebel gained a resounding win in the deciding leg.
They come round the final bend, and it's Charlie Lister's Velvet Rebel out clear here. Trap 6 Velvet Rebel wins from 2 Roxholm Silks in second place.
As ever, plenty of betting interest in the Maidens Derby final, with Trap 4 Sinatra Prince the 4-5 favourite for Charlie Lister in front of 5 Judicial Law at 9-4. But it was to prove to be a bumpy ride for odds-on players.
And away they go, and the favourites in trouble straight away. Sinatra Prince has 5 Judicial Law, leads up here with 6 Black Forfeit as they come round the first bend. Already Sinatra Prince has showed good pace up to be moving up on the outside, but runs wide again off the second turn. So Judicial Law with a length lead over Black Forfeit in second. 3 lengths back to 4 Sinatra Prince to come into the third bend. It's still 5 Judicial Law leading here from Black Forfeit, trying to nip through on the inside. Judicial Law still has this length lead. Up the home straight they come. It's 5 Judicial Law going to win by a length from 6 in second place, Black Forfeit.
Judicial Law clocking 28.89 and providing David Prues with another maiden Derby winner. The betting for the London Scurry final was more akin to Monmore on a Friday afternoon, with calls of 7-2 the field. Where's Your Man in Trap 3, the marginal favourite.
430 metres, they're off and running up towards the first bend. A great start from 4 Paramount Silver. Here comes 5 Born Again on the outside as they go around the first turn. Paramount Silver moves off and causes mayhem. 1 nips through on the inside, Karen Prince. Paramount Silver tries to get there. Here comes Where's Your Man thundering into the third bend, and Where's Your Man's just about to take over here. Paramount Silver Hampton at that stage, so Where's Your Man now goes on from Paramount Silver as they race up towards the 9. It's Where's Your Man here by a length from Paramount Silver. Back in third was Trap 5 Born Again.
A second big prize for Peter Rich's Milton Keynes Derby winner, Where's Your Man? On to the Stayers final, and after a fast semi-final success, punters made Drumming Boy Jet the 4-6 favourite, but not all the field had read the script.
And they're off and running out towards the first bend. Good break from 4 Slick Kid. Here comes 1 on the inside, Zigzag Stewart, and Zigzag Stewart goes round. Oh, there's terrible trouble there as they go around the second bend. Zigzag Stewart now takes. Oh, there's terrible trouble off the second bend. The favourites in the wars there, Drummond Boy Jet, and so much to do. Zigzag Stewart leads here, but off in chases Slick Kid. After these comes 3 Beppe Black as they head down the far side. Zigzag Stewart still leading here by 3.5 lengths, but Slick Kid will make a race of it as they come down towards the second last bend. And there comes 3 Beppe Black. They come round the final bend. Zigzag Stewart with coming fast is Slick Kid as they come off the final bend. Zigzag Stewart and Slick Kid are serving it up. Slick Kid just got there on the line for Trap 1. Zigzag Stewart
Slick Kid obliging in a dramatic finish, but not before the winner had been involved in a troublesome first bend incident, with 3 Beppe Black running into the back of 1 Zigzag Stewart, which resulted in Darkstar Henry and 2 forcing 6 Drumming Boy Jet off the course. Fortunately, all the runners seemed to get up, if a little battered and bruised. But there was no arguing with the 16-1 success of Mick McCall's winner, Slick Kid, who enjoyed his moment in the limelight. After the Sky coverage ended, there was an all-the-way success for Hondo Blue in the Puppy Stayers. Better Than Pebbles gained the spoils in the 1,045-metre marathon. While odds-on Killeen Tom had to fight hard for victory in the Stayers hurdle. Meanwhile, Charlie Lister's leading 2006 Derby candidate Zigzag Duchy was sent off 1-3 favourite for the British bred final, ahead of 2 Purple Monkey at 6-1. But the favourite didn't have things all his own way early on.
Up go the traps and racing up towards the first bend. Blonde Chimes broke well along with 1 on the inside, Zigzag Duchy. Purple Monkey coming with a run, and so is 6 Kinda Special around the first bend. Kinda Special a slightly crowded, trouble for 4 Dark Thunder. 1 Zigzag Duchy moved off, and 2 Purple Monkey takes up a slender lead. But Zigzag Duchy again on terms and heading into the third bend is powering on now, Zigzag Duchy. Purple Monkey had to check off. After these comes Optimistic Bertie. They come around the final bend. It's 1 Zigzag Duchy for Charlie Lister, and Ray White wins here the British bred stakes final.
And so ended a memorable night at Walthamstow, as the Racing Post Festival proved yet again to be a resounding success.
Away from the glam and glitz and the neon lights of Walthamstow, the dogs paid our first visit to Mildenhall Stadium in Suffolk. It's the tightest track on the NGRC books, with a standard 4-bend trip over 375 metres, and the 6-bend distance is 545 metres. The track has a new, young and enthusiastic promoter in the shape of Carl Harris.
I saw it as pretty much as a challenge. Obviously, the stadium hasn't really been promoted as well as it, I think, as well as it could have been over the previous years. And I think it's got a lot of potential. We've got many areas within the stadium itself which have potential for expansion. We're fortunate that we've got planning permission for a casino, which obviously we hope to, once the central government have sorted out their various policies, then hopefully we can push forward with a casino. And just last week we were granted a 24-hour 7 days a week drinks licence as well, which obviously makes the whole venue a lot more attractive.
Very attractive for these young stable lads and lasses who were encouraged to come to Mildenhall for the first time under a marketing initiative helped by Emma Johns of the BGRB. They flooded through the turnstiles and were met with a warm welcome and guidance from the staff. But what is Carl's vision of the future?
The first steps forward, really, before we can have a big push on promotion, is to upgrade the venue. We've already started with the refurbishment of this very bar which we're standing in now, which is just nearing completion. It's the start of a £500,000 project at least, which doesn't include obviously the casino side of things, which will be a project on its own.
The restaurant was bustling and had a real cosy atmosphere to it. As you would expect, the food was good value, with generous portions of the local cuisine. The public were there to enjoy themselves, and there was no dress code, which suited this gentleman down to the ground. But what about the racing at this tight circuit? We caught up with racing manager Michael Hill.
Michael, when did you first join Mildenhall Stadium?
Yes, I've been working here for around 10, 11 years now.
As racing manager, before that were you involved in greyhound racing?
Yes, I was. Been involved as an owner and mainly here as a kennel hand.
Now this track out in the wilds really in Suffolk, it's got a few peculiarities.
Yes, we're the only track in Suffolk, and we're quite unique. I think we're the smallest NGRC track in the UK. Quite short straights, but quite wide, sort of safe run and bends, and we're unique with having the outside sumner hair.
Yeah, not many tracks have that, do they?
They don't, no.
So for those trainers, Michael, that haven't visited Mildenhall recently, why should they come along?
Yeah, the meetings are on a Sunday afternoon, so which is quite unique. A meeting in daylight. We've got a very popular restaurant here. They do a roast meal for a very reasonable price, and Suffolk hospitality, and you have a good afternoon out.
And as I say, for some dogs, it's quite nice to get them behind a different hare.
That is, yeah, change of scenery, change of hare, a different track, and obviously racing in daylight might just be enough to, someone who's at the ground might be a little bit jaded, just to freshen him up.
Well, back with our stable lads and lasses who are really thriving on the atmosphere of the night. They were also involved in trophy presentations on behalf of their various stables.
I've been a couple of times, but it's a bit more special tonight. All the boys are here and we're all having a bet and it's a laugh, you know what I mean? It's just a good night out for the lads, especially in the middle of winter when we're riding yearlings. It's a nice atmosphere to come over here with the lads.
Well, there's plenty of familiar faces at Mildenhall who've been involved in the sport for some time. We caught up with one of them.
John, you've been associated with Mildenhall for quite a while now.
I have, yeah, about through the years, I suppose about 16 or 17 years, something like that.
Recent changes to a track, do you approve?
Well, anything's good for the game, and the man's trying his best, so we've got to give him credit for that. Whether he succeeds is another matter.
It's quite a tough job out here.
It certainly is, yeah. This is it's out in the sticks, this track, and I have a job to attract, promote, the people to come and watch the dogs, but we get a regular clientele of hardened dog people, which is a good thing, but we could do with a lot more to make it pay.
The various distances at Mildenhall suit different types of greyhounds. Over 375 metres, it pays to trap and have early speed. Whilst over the easy 6 bends, the greyhounds gain plenty of breathing space on the wide sweeping bends. Mildenhall race on Friday and Saturday nights, plus have an open race meeting on a Sunday afternoon. It is advisable to book in advance for the compact restaurant, which is soon to be extended by the management team. Well, let's catch up with our stable lads and lasses.
I've been here a couple of times. This is the first organised night with Newmarket staff, so yeah, it's a good night. It's a good night, enjoying ourselves.
As the night was beginning to wind down, one of the stable lads won the champion tipster competition.
Well, there are 4 winners out of 6. A worthy winner you are.
Yeah, I liked it. I never knew that I was coming here, but my room partner told me to come over here.
And did you back any of them with real money?
No, I didn't.
You missed out on an opportunity there, or
I did. My room partner told me that we're going to have a fortune tonight, and I have it.
Yeah, well, you win. You've beaten everybody else.
Yeah, I did.
So it's 1 up for the Nazida camp. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully they've had such a good time. These lads and lasses will be back with their friends and family, perhaps for one of the open race cards on a Sunday afternoon.
We hadn't run many open races for the last few months, so Sundays we saw as a good opportunity to start that. And I'll have to say, with the response we've got from the open race meetings, it's certainly something which we're now keen to expand on.
Don't go away. Coming up after the break, we're off to the Imperial Kennels to hear from trainer Mark Wallis.
Welcome back to part 2 of The Dogs, and the producers of this programme would like to thank Tote Sport after their charity bet yielded £250 for the Retired Greyhound Trust after special deal won the Tote Sport Puppy Trophy.
Earlier in the year, we paid a visit to Mark Wallis at his Imperial Kennels near Lakenheath in Suffolk, shortly after he'd taken over the licence from his mother-in-law, former champion trainer Linda Jones. Now, with the year almost over, we've come back to reflect on a 2005 that surely exceeded even Mark's highest expectations.
No, I was expecting for us to have a good year, that was for certain. I felt we had some good dogs at the start of the year. We've had a lot of recent additions from when you first come up, and they've all performed very well indeed. So, it's gone better than it's expected, definitely.
The dogs we saw in the spring, most notably, I suppose, was Lethal Rumble, who really did the business for you.
Yeah. Well, we highlighted him. We thought he'd just come off the back of 10 wins. And to be honest with you, he didn't lose his form. Some people said, the dog lost his form a little bit. He actually got beat and was going quicker than when he was winning. It's just that other dogs come on the scene that Trojan Flight and Druid's Mickey Joe. He ran well against them, but you know, all of a sudden, the last 2 or 3 months, he's really took off again, and he's won the Grand National. He's won several other races, and he's just been on fire at the right time, really, for us. So, yeah, very pleased with him.
A major contributor to your kennel success, you see, a Lethal Rumble. But how about January Tiger, one we didn't know much about when you unveiled him?
Yes. You see, with January Tiger, I thought a lot of him early on in the year, and I had him marked down as a potential real top-class stayer as well. And to be fair, when he went into the Derby, he was very lightly raced, and I must admit, for you know, he was sensational in the Derby, and was very unlucky not to make the final, and then come out and won the consolation, which was a really good campaign. And I think a lot of things have followed on from what he done. When the Derby was on, you know, our other dogs have come out since then and won competitions everywhere. So one of the main reasons why the kennel's doing so well is that we've got the leading 2 juveniles in the country in Go Commando and Ronnie's Champion. And both of them have won 2 top-class Category 1 competitions in the Puppy Classic with Ronnie's Champion, and Go Commando's victory in the Gym Crack will live long in the memory. To be honest with you, it was a fantastic run that night. So I expect them to have big years next year. I think that they could both have got chances of winning a Classic. They're that good.
Go Commando for Mark Wallis is all go. The green lights are on for Go Commando around the final bend. Some 3 lengths clear from Zigzag Dutchman. It's Go Commando hacking up in the end from Zigzag Dutchman in 2nd place.
Go Commando, just one of a number of good youngsters in the kennel, where a major influence has been the interest of an owner maybe not to be feared.
Simon Wooder, and he's been a real good owner for this kennel this year. He's put a tremendous amount of money into the sport, and I think the last 3 or 4 months he's starting to get his rewards with some top class competition wins. You know, the best dog for us this year has been Fear No One, without a shadow of a doubt. He's won 4 competitions this year, including 2 Category 1s, and I think he's won something like £28,000 in prize money now. So. He's a dog that has really made a name for this kennel this year, and for Simon himself. So,
and of course, you won the Puppy Cup at Romford with a Fear dog.
Yes, and Fear Assassin, that's a really nice early pace dog, and to be honest with you, he ran above himself in the Puppy Cup, and he looks a promising pup for next year. Probably not going to get the full 480, but would be aimed at all the competitions 460 or less, but he's getting a little bit stronger as he gets older.
Now, Fear Rianne made a really big impression on Sky when winning at Wimbledon. Doesn't seem to have really got on from there, or do you disagree with that?
Well, he's only raced against the very best dogs, and I think he's the kind of dog that would take a couple of months to adjust from the puppy stage up to the all-age stage. No, I think he's bang on course for the Derby at Wimbledon. I think that will be something that we're going to sort of aim him for and hopefully get him right for him.
As they come around the 2nd last bend, and it's still 3, Fear Rian, the leader here by a long lead. 3, Fear Rian, track to line, very impressive.
And Mark has also enjoyed success in the marathon division with Walthamstow triple track record holder Star of Dromin, who has proved a class above her rivals.
So I thought she was absolutely awesome in the Racing Post Festival Marathon, and you know, she put some very good dogs, and you know, really won well.
TV trophy for her unless nature intervenes?
Possibly. She's definitely a bitch that really loves Walthamstow. I've tried her as much as I can at other tracks because you know, I've given her every chance to try and succeed elsewhere, and she had a great night at Romford winning the Golden Vase, but probably her best runs are around Walthamstow. It's the way it goes. We've had some top dogs like No Can Waltz before at the kennel that was more suited to Walthamstow than they were to other tracks, and I think she's in a similar mould.
More success for the kennel has come courtesy of the 2 Ronnies. Ronnie's Boss and Ronnie's Flight seen here and considered unlucky when trying to achieve a Grand Prix double. And in the Fairy Tale Stakes, surely no victory could rival Bell Legend's comeback success in the Still City Cup.
Mark, a question I've asked Linda Jones in the past, and I'm asking you, and I'm afraid to say I'll keep asking it. But just like Colin Montgomery, everyone says, when's he going to win a major golf tournament? He's such a classy golfer, has yet to win the big one. What about the Wallis Kennel? When are you going to win a derby?
Well, hopefully it could be next year. I think we've got some strong dogs for some of the derbies next year. The Scottish Derby, the English Derby and the Irish Derby. I'm hoping the likes of Go Commando, Ronnie's Champion, Fierian, and even some nice young dogs coming along at the moment like Special Deal could all be the type to do very well in derbies next year. You know, you need a lot of luck, and particularly at Wimbledon you need a lot of luck. And the Westmead Hawks of this world don't come along all the time. So, but we're going to keep trying, and hopefully it is something that every trainer wants, and including me.
Well, maybe accepting Westmead Hawk and moral standards, every Wimbledon derby has been won by a dog with early pace from the front. Of the ones in your kennel at the moment, which one fits the bill, do you think, most?
Probably Fierian at Wimbledon, like, you know. He seems to have a blistering early. He's not quite been as good as what he looked a couple of months ago, but I'm sure he's a dog that come next summer will be absolutely ready for it. So.
No trainer can succeed without a strong backup team. The Imperial Kennels setup is headed by assistant Patrick, head lad Pete, plus Sid and recent recruit Jade, who ensure the setup is functioning 24/7. Not forgetting, of course, the invaluable assistance of Linda Jones. So, with 3 weeks of the season to go, what are Mark's plans to ensure he is crowned champion trainer?
Well, I've looked at the calendar and there's still some nice competitions left there. Basically, I've tried to find my best dogs and aiming them at particular competitions. The likes of Fear Assassin going for the Sunderland Puppy Derby. He's a really nice dog who's got plenty of early pace, should be well suited for that competition. Go Commander's going for the Harry Holmes Memorial. Once again, he's a dog that 500 metres on a track like Sheffield should really suit. We're taking a bit of a chance. We're dropping Fear No One back to the sprint for the national sprint. I feel like Nottingham is the only track where you can actually drop a 4-bend dog back to a sprint and have a realistic chance of winning. And I think he'll go really well in the national sprint this year. So, you know, my way of thinking is if we just do things how we've been doing them all year, aiming certain dogs for certain races, I think that's and if we can have a bit of luck and win a couple more competitions, then if it helps us win the Trainers' Championship, then we will all be really pleased. But you know, touch wood, everything will be, you know, cap off of what's been a great year.
Well, Mark has been busy thumbing his way through the open race calendar, so have we. The best of the action, well, on Thursday there's opens at Bellevue, Hove, Milton Keynes, Reading, Sheffield and Wimbledon. Highlight of the weekend is on Friday for the final of the Cole Essex Vase at Romford. The heats of the William Hill Northern Puppy Derby get underway at Sunderland on Saturday, whilst on the same evening Walthamstow stage the final of the Store-to-Door London Marathon, plus the usual open fair on Sunday. Don't forget to get all the results and details of the various tracks on our website, thedogs.co.uk. Next Tuesday we're live from Wimbledon for the Bitches Classic, the William Hill Oaks.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.